Oh, that's a great question. So how does somebody become an agile consultant? Well, I don't think well, become, that's probably the linchpin there. This is really a hard question because you have to be good at something, right? Agile is not the thing that we're doing. Agile is a bunch of ideas, practices that you bring along to the thing that you're doing in order to make it more effective, right? You can say the same about lean. How do you become good at lean? Well, you have to be good at the thing that you're focusing on with lean. And then you bring in lean practices, you apply it to the actual work that you're doing. You bring in agile practices, you apply it to the actual work that you're doing. You get seen by people around you as understanding some of these things more and how those things interconnect and how we can maybe change and shift the way we work in order to become more optimal. And those people that recognize you as doing that encourage you to do more of it. You do more of it, and suddenly you're an agile or DevOps consultant, right? That's how you become that thing. It's not like it's I can just go, well, I'm going to be an agile consultant for, I don't know, a car factory, right? I'm not going to go do that because I've never worked in a car factory. I don't understand all the nuance of how car factories work. That would be a dumb idea to have me as an agile consultant or a lean consultant for a car factory. My background and expertise is in software, right? You be a software engineer for 10 years, you be a DevOps consultant for 10 years, and then maybe you have enough knowledge and experience and stories and occurrences and understanding on how to link those, how to abstract. It's really about abstraction, right? You need to understand the thing you're doing enough to abstract the agile and lean story from the work, see how it impacts and affects it in your particular expertise, and then perhaps you could go help and advise outside of that context, right? Because you've then got 10 years of helping and advising in a particular context, go help and advise in another context. So, for example, I think it was 2016, I did some training for the Ghana Police Service. So this was training line police officers. They were not by any stretch of the imagination software focused, no software skills whatsoever. And they wanted to understand how they could use Scrum to enact organizational change. Right? So instead of the Scrum being the product is the organization. How do we enact organizational change over a long period of time and incrementally change the organization so that, and then we see the results? What data do we need to look at to monitor the feedback and increase that? And part of that was the new Inspector General of Police used to work for Interpol, and Interpol used Scrum apparently. Right, I have no clue in what context, but he wanted to bring some of those stories into the way he was doing things in Ghana, and that experience of, I was very clear when I was doing the training. I'm like, I want you all to be very clear. I know nothing about policing except what I've seen on TV, which is probably woefully incorrect, right? And what was interesting was, while we were really talking about how organizational change worked, the head of CID, which, if you don't know what CID is, it's the detectives, right? They're solving the complex cases, the murders and the stuff like that. The head of CID was engaging me in lots of conversations about but how would I apply this to solving a case, right? So we had to talk about, I'm giving him information about how this would work in my world, and he's trying to figure out how does he apply that in his world, right? Because it's completely different. And I can't tell him how to do that because I don't know how he does his work. And that's that piece is you need to be an agile or a consultant within your context for long enough that you can see the abstracted ideas that would work in any context, and then you can consult on them even if you don't know the core context. But that takes years of experience of doing that to be able to get that abstraction level to be able to work in another department. So, for example, if you've spent the last 20 years working in finance, where should you be an Agile and DevOps? Not DevOps, right? But an Agile and Lean consultant in the financial space, right? Look at finance teams delivering the stuff that finance teams deliver, and figure out how to bring some of those agile practices into there. Do that for long enough, and then you'll have the experience to go into another industry and do the same thing, because the same stuff applies, right? You just need enough knowledge and experience to be able to abstract it. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and subscribe. I always reply to comments, and if you want to have a chat about this or anything else Agile, Scrum, or DevOps, then please book a coffee with me through NKD Agility.